Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be fitting this Starlink Generation 3 to the campervan. So, what do you get in the box? Well, of course, you get the dish itself, which is going to lie flat on top of the van. It will be held in place by a trio flat mount, which I will show you in a second. You've then got your router, and then you've got your power bank, which is this one here, which is the connected cable. Slightly different to the Generation 2, which is all in one. This one has got a separate power bank and a separate router. You've got your kickstand, which basically under normal circumstances, if you weren't flat mounting, it just fits into there like so. We'll just open up to get a little bit of an angle. We're not going to be using that. And then of course you've got your cables. So you've got a power cable, and then you've got a cable which runs from the dish straight down to your router, and then it connects automatically to all those satellites in the sky. So as I mentioned, we're going to be flat mounting the Generation 3 Starlink to the roof of the van, and in order to do that I've gone to a company in Canada called Flatmount, who have basically this kit which allows you to flat mount it and attach it to the van via a magnet system. I've only seen this on the internet, on a few YouTube videos, so I haven't actually opened the box yet. So let's get this box open and see what we've got. So it will come in pieces. So you've got your magnets with the bolts, and then you've got, I'm guessing, a 4-piece kit which the dish will sit into. So there they are. So they're all numbered 1 through to 4, and these will all connect together. I'll show you one piece. As you can see there, there is a groove which is where the dish will slot into, and then this will encompass the whole sort of rectangle of the dish, and then there's these screw points on the bottom there which will allow you to attach your magnets, put it on top of the van. This is the Generation 3 Speedmount. They do have a couple of alternatives, but I decided I wanted the Speedmount. That's the company there, Trio Flatmount, and as I say, they are based in Canada. I will put the price of this on the screen, as it was when I purchased it. And if you're in the UK, you will, as I did, get stung with some import duty. So again, I'll put that on the screen also, just so that you're aware, if you do use these guys, there will be an extra added cost with the import duty. So let's get it together. Okay, so what you've got is your 4 pieces. That's a frame. All 4 pieces are going to go around the dish itself. So the first thing you need to do is basically, before you put your frame onto your dish, is to put the magnets in. So if I show you, there's one of the magnets just sits in the little recess there, and then the bolt goes in the other side. You have to do that first because clearly once the dish is sitting in the frame, you can't get access to that bolt, so you have to put your magnets on first. So we'll do that. Just while I'm doing this, we are at a place called Ingram Valley in Northumberland. It's a beautiful part of the world. It is a Saturday, so it is a little bit busier than normal. Unfortunately, there's no overnight camping up here, but there's plenty of places to come for daytime picnics. And we're right beside the river. I'll show you some footage as to exactly where we are, and we'll get the drone out and show you that way too. Okay, so now we need to start basically assembling the frame using the longer bolts. So there's your recess. So that one there has a recess on the bottom. You see it there, which basically that's where the cable's going to run underneath, just so that it's not jammed on the square part. So there's your first piece in, and your second piece. There's going to be a piece that interlocks into that one. So we can actually put a bolt through that just to keep those two together. There's the Allen key. Nip that up tight also. So there's your first two pieces in place. That's it. I'm going to put a bolt in there. Screw that one into place too. So, and then there's one more piece which slots in there, and that's your final two bolts. So like you say, you don't need any tools. It's basically 8 bolts, and they're all secured with an Allen key. So just nip them up nice and tight, and then the last one so this is the Trio Flatmount, which is actually called a Speedmount. Not sure why it's called a Speedmount. It's not anything to do with the pace that I'm going, that's for sure. And then we'll just lock that last one up. And then just check them all. That's it. So that's it, all together, perfectly framed, and then each of the corners you've got a magnet, so we'll see how strong those magnets are. And then in the centre there you've got your cable point, which runs out of here underneath, through the recess, and then into the van. Like I say, I'm going to run it in through the pop top on this van for now, just so we get it working, and then we'll see whether we change that at a later date. So let's get it on top of the van. So there's the dish. What you need to do now is basically get this cable. We're going to take it in the van and then up to the pop top. While I'm up here, it'd be rude not to enjoy some of the views from the pop top. So this is the view, and this is Ingram Valley in Northumberland. Just do the fly screen, you get an even better view. A beautiful part of the world. So I'm just checking that both ends of the cable are the same, which they appear to be. So basically I need to get into the pop top itself. And at the back of the pop top, what you've got is like this whole pop top zips off totally, as you can see there, and then you can basically see outside on the top of the van, and you can see just beyond the skylight here, you've got this bit. That's where it's going to go. That's where it's going to be mounted. So we'll get one end of the cable out there already, just so that when we get the ladder up, the cable's just ready to plug in to the unit, and then we'll run it through the van down to the router, plug the router into the power bank, and then let's see how we can get it set up. Okay, precariously balancing on the van ladder. What we need to do is attach said cable into the point there. So that's gone straight in there. And then we've got, just turn you around, you've got the little recess there, the cable's going to sit under. And then I think I'm going to run it round that way. There's your cable. Maybe better the other way. So the cable's at the back, and that's it. And you can see so the magnets have got a better contact. And that's it. So this is the other end of the cable to the actual dish. Brought it in through the pop top down. It's going to connect it into the router, and then this power bank here will power the router, and then hopefully we'll all connect up, and I'll show you, I'll take a screenshot of the app as hopefully it connects. So we'll get these all connected and we'll bring you back. Okay, so that's cable into the router from the dish. That's your power cable from your power unit, and that's all that's left to do is to plug it in. So it's a normal 3-pin plug. I'm going to plug it into the EcoFlow. So I'll switch that on. So you can see we're running at 100%. So if we switch out the power, switch on the power to the router, we'll just switch the power on for the AC. Switching on, button up, there you go. So that's currently using 110, 117 watts. It tends to use more when you first switch it on, and then it'll settle down. We'll see what the wattage comes down to. As you can see on the screen recording taken on my mobile phone, the speed of the Starlink, and bearing in mind it is flat mounted, is still reaching very good speeds, recording 204 megabits per second. On the next screen you can see the power consumption of the Starlink, and it is currently drawing around 50 watts of power. So after the initial startup of the router, the power consumption does drop considerably. In fact, it nearly halves.